In this video, I'm going to show you how you can stop wasting your day to day, and that is by creating a daily schedule. The very first thing you want to do is to identify your average day. A lot of us, our days look quite different. So, Monday could be like a certain way, Tuesday could be a certain way, Saturday a certain way. So you just want to basically identify what your average day looks like. So the average day could be, you wake up in the morning, you get ready, you go to school or you go to your job, and you work there or stay there till maybe 4 p.m. You come back in the evening and unwind, whatever, you watch a few videos or a movie or something, go and sleep. So that's the average day basically for you. Or your average day could be maybe you work from home, so you just wake up, you kind of spend all day at home, you don't really have much you're doing, you just lazy around, and before night time comes, whatever your average day is, you want to identify, you want to know what it looks like, you want to know, okay, this is like my average type of day. So after you've identified the average day, you now want to notice the type of day. So just like I said earlier, Monday might look a certain way, on Tuesday, Wednesday a certain way, on Thursday, Friday, on Saturday. So if certain days in the week are very drastic for you, you want to create a schedule for each of these days. So for example, maybe you go to school Monday to Friday, then Saturday and Sunday is weekend, so you stay at home all day. So you want to make a daily schedule for Monday to Friday that will look quite similar, a completely different one for Saturday and Sunday that are not going anywhere. Because if you try to just create or try to use the same one you created for Monday on Saturday and Sunday, it might not really work out, because the structure of the day is different, and vice versa. If you try to use the same ones for Saturday and Sunday, it might not really work out for Monday. Maybe you might want to also create one for like a public holiday or something, like an unexpected holiday, like an emergency day. That makes sense. Like maybe a day that you randomly don't go to work or something, you might want to have a schedule for that. So you want to basically identify different types of days, different types of how different days look like for you, and you are going to create a schedule for all these different days. Okay, so now to the tactical parts. The next thing you're going to do now is to list out all the hours of the day. So you're going to write out all the hours of the day. That's from literally midnight till midnight. So 12 to 1, 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 5 to 6, blah, 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 blah. And you don't necessarily have to write it out. Me personally, I like to manually write it out. But if you can use like your phone, you can use your computer, whatever is convenient for you. So after you write out every single hour of the day, you want to assign a task to each hour of the day. So 12 to maybe 5 a.m. could be like sleep, or 6 a.m. could be sleep, and 6 to 7 could be maybe morning routine, then 7 to 8 could be like workouts, then 8 to 9 could be get ready, shower, and dress up. 9 to 10 could be like leave the house. 10 to maybe 4 could be school, then 4 to 5 could be cook, then 5 to 6 could be like clean your room, whatever it is. So you want to basically do that for every single hour of the day, and that is very important. The things that as you are starting to do this, you might notice some free periods, there are some gaps that you notice, okay, I've basically like written out everything I should write out, but like this time is still there. What do I do with it? The thing is that you don't want to leave any random time open, because like I've said in previous videos, if you have any free time, if you have any random time, you are almost always going to default into doing like the stupid activities. You are almost always going to default into just doing things that are not going to help you, like just scrolling around or fucking, basically, like almost always. So only if you do want a period in your day where you are like free spirited, that you're not bound by the schedule or whatever, you want to actually schedule that in. So maybe this could be, let's say, 6 to 7 p.m. for example. You can just write, do whatever you feel like, and for that hour of the day, 6 to 7 p.m. you do whatever you feel like. So the very next thing I want to do is to follow it to the best of your ability. So now that I've written out all these hours, before even following it to the best of your abilities, you have to actually have the intention of following it, because there's this thing I used to do before that, I'll just write it out and be like, it's just like a nice schedule to look at. But the next day will come and I'll actually not do anything. So you have to actually have the intention, you have to actually tell yourself the day before that, I'm actually going to follow this thing, I'm actually going to stick to this thing, like this is tomorrow's plan, this is what I'm going to do tomorrow. Because if you don't have that mindset, it's just going to be there. And the crazy thing is that the activities you're going to do tomorrow, you start scheduling them today. Like you don't schedule an activity tomorrow and actually do it. Well, most of the times for me, is the activities you have scheduled today. It's like, okay, I've already planned tomorrow. That's when I actually go ahead and actually follow through on the plan and everything. So that's the exact same thing you want to do. Have the intention of doing it and actually follow it to the best of your ability. And so after I've done this, the very next thing I want to tell you now is to just be real with yourself. Like, don't beat yourself up for, fucking up. Don't beat yourself down for like not sticking to it, because even though obviously like you want to follow it to the best of your ability and stuff, it's like you're human first of all. Secondly, you're pretty shitty, like you're low skilled, and thirdly, like you're just bad at it, like you're a beginner. So it's like there's a high chance you're going to like fuck up, high chance you're going to relapse, high chance you're going to do things wrong. So the things that you don't want to overthink it. Maybe you were supposed to like wake up by 5 a.m. but you woke up by 7 instead. You don't want to beat yourself down and be like, oh, I'm so lazy, I can't do it. Like you don't want to kill yourself too much. Like if you wake up by 7 a.m. and sometimes I'll kind of throw the schedule up, because maybe 5 to 6 was supposed to be like workouts, and 6 to 7 was morning routine, and 7 to 8 was, let's say, get ready. If you just wake up 7, like even though yes, you already skipped those ones, just forget about it. Like you'll do them tomorrow. So you just want to continue with the schedule. Like you just want to continue. But the point though, just being that you don't have to kill yourself. Like it's not the end of the world if you miss these things. And the thing also is like you don't even also have to be 100% perfect, because what you're trying to do is to just get you away from your average day-to-day that you just basically spend all day doing nothing productive. And any form of following the schedule at all, any form, even if you just maybe you schedule the whole day and you just only followed like maybe till 12 p.m. that's just the entire morning, you just follow that one religiously, or once to just a reasonable degree, that is still like 100 times better than the average day that you don't have a schedule. That is still 1,000 times better than the average day you don't have a schedule. Because the average day that there's no schedule, the average day that there's no structure, what are you going to do from basically when you wake up to 12 p.m.? Whatever random thing that you come to your mind, you scroll, you eat some random food. There's no plan, there's no structure, it's just all disorganized. So any form of structure at all is good. Any form of organization at all is good. You don't have to be 100% perfect, and you don't have to beat yourself down. And the last thing is to just learn as you go. Like basically, as you start to do this, you start to observe a lot of patterns. So you might notice that, okay, I prefer maybe working out in the morning, like maybe say I wake up down later during the day, or I prefer studying, the last hour at night before I go and sleep down the first thing in the morning. I prefer maybe, cooking the food for today. Like I prefer maybe dedicating one entire day to just cook or clean or whatever. So you basically start to notice all these patterns in yourself, and you might notice that, okay, when I tell myself that I'm going to do maybe, let's say, 5 hours of studying, I never study, but when I just say 1 hour, I'll actually study. All these little patterns here and there, you want to basically identify them and optimize your, the future schedules you're going to do based on that. You want to actually take feedback from your entire experience. You don't want to just be like, trying to force it every day. If you notice that working out in the morning is a lot easier, you want to work out more in the morning. If you notice that studying at night is a lot easier, you want to study more at night. So basically, you just want to observe the patterns, because as you do this, you're going to notice a lot of patterns and follow it to the best of your ability. By the way, if you're in a rut now and you're finding it difficult to get back on your feet and get back in the grind and get back to the flow of things, I've actually created a program that is going to help you do just that. If you're interested in that, if this is a problem you're facing and you actually need a solution, just click the first link in the description of this video.